Good day there, my fellow travelers. Mr. Will Travel here, of course, as always, and welcome back to a brand new video. So as you guys can see, I'm not in the room today. I'm in the kitchen, which obviously tells you that I'm going to be doing some food preparation, some food. Okay, so what am I doing today? Well, this is videos about South Africa's top-notch, top shit, best and most popular snack, and that is biltong. Now I will show you how to make boerewors at some point, but obviously for this video I'm going to be making biltong. Now I want to get something out of the way first. Biltong and jerky are two completely different things. Okay, biltong is by far the best. Every South African will vouch for me on that. It's the best, hands down. I'm sorry everybody that loves jerky, this kind of jerky, but biltong is best. Nothing comes close to it, nothing beats it, okay? But like I said, jerky and biltong are two different things, and what makes them different is how it's prepared and how it's being made, and also the taste. Where jerky, it tastes good, but it's not as good as biltong. But this has a very smoke and sweet taste, where biltong is a dried cured meat and it's a bit salty and is, like I said, the best ever. So anyway, so that's what I just wanted to clear up for you guys. So today I have two pieces of meat. Both are topside roast beef. This one is $40.90 at Costco. Actually, I got these meats today. I actually drove personally to Costco to pick these up because I found that they sell not only the cheapest lumps of beef, but also the best. Because I mean, look at the marbling. I'm not sure if you can see, but look at the marbling on that. That's going to be a very good biltong. This one has just as good as marbling right there. Not sure you can see. But anyway, so what I'm going to do today is I'm going to cut these up in halves. Okay, both of them, and I'm going to cut possibly the small one or maybe the big one, I'm not too sure. I'm going to cut them in half and cut them much thicker than I did the last time when I was making biltong. Maybe about that thick, so that I can have some big, like juicy cuts of strips of beef to make best big pieces of biltong, which is very good. Which is what you want. Now some of the roasts, not these, but you do get those that have heaps of fat around it. Now that is not a bad thing, okay? It's not a bad thing. You want to keep the fat on it because the fat brings and gives a lot of good flavor to the meat, to the biltong. So if there is a big chunk of meat, you can you can cut it off if you want to, but you're doing yourself a great dishonor by cutting it off, because you will not know what you're missing. But anyway, so those are the two main ingredients. Okay, now there are a few other things that you do need, of course, is vinegar. Now vinegar, I brought this from Costco as well today. This is balsamic vinegar. This has a very actually I don't know really how to explain it. Balsamic vinegar just smells very nice. So I have that in a little spray bottle like this. You're gonna need one of these, and I'll show you what I'll be doing with this. Okay. Now, and then you need the spices. Now I'm using Safari Biltong seasoning, which is that, which looks like this. Oh, like right that. Okay. Now you get two kinds. You get the Safari one that I have right now, and you also get one called Kalahari seasoning. Now they are basically the same thing, but they have a little bit of different ingredients. I mean, they all have the same ingredients as far as coriander, salt, pepper, and all that kind of stuff. But I think the Kalahari has a little bit extra things in it. But I like the taste of these spices because it's just amazing. Anyway, obviously you need a nice sharp knife, a cutting board for your meat. Just a little bit of a tip for you. If you have two cutting boards, it's generally good practice to have one board that's only dedicated for your raw meats, and then one for vegetables and stuff like that. So this is my meat cutting table, and what you will need is one of these bowls. I mean, I use it. I would recommend this because after I'm cutting the meat, I'll put them in here without messing up with these, and I'll tell you exactly what they are for in a minute. So I put them in here and then put them inside, and then start to take it from here and put them in here to season them. So then you need one or two bowls depending on how many chunks of meat you got. So this is obviously to have to put the meat in it and sprinkle it with the spices, and I'll show you exactly how I do that. So before you even touch the meat and cut the meat, we will sprinkle the seasoning in here first. So you can use your hand. When you do buy the Kalahari or the Safari mix, which I will put a link down below for you, do tend to mix it around quite nicely, like shake the bag around a little bit, you know, just in case one spot might have a bit more salt than the other parts of the meat, just so you know. Okay, so we're gonna sprinkle the bottom, and I'll show you and I'll tell you exactly in a minute why I'm doing that. You want to have a good amount of covered on the bottom. Now you're wondering, why am I doing that now? Well, when I'm going to be putting the meat in here, the pieces of biltong strips, then I wouldn't have to season that part anymore. Okay, so I'm just going to put a little bit more of this in here, just in case if I do need it. Alright, so now that you've already used this, you can put this to the side. Another thing, I want to try this at some point, and I'm going to film myself doing that. Okay? Anyway, so, oopsie. Shit. Alright, anyway. Alright, so now that the bowls are prepped and everything, I'm going to start slicing the meat. Now, I'm going to keep this here and my little spray bottle right there. Alright, so I'm going to put this to the side as well. So I think I'm going to use this big hunk, because the smaller one has better marbling than this one. So I'm going to be doing that. Oh man, look at that. Alright, so you can see there's some bits of fat here. I'm not going to be cutting it off because it's the best part. Alright, so I'm going to cut it in the middle now to make it easier to work with, by the way. Alright, so now I'm going to put it in the bowl here because it's much easier to work with. So, alright, so I think I'm going to use this as the big chunk of steak, maybe the big chunks. So I'm going to cut it about that much thicker, that big. So. Now you don't need to cut it that thick. I mean, I will cut it because it's good. Now this video will be possibly two-parter for me. It will be all in one video, but it will be a two-parter for me because of the preparation. That will take a while before you actually see the end product. So not to worry, you'll all see it in the same video. Alright, we have that. Now that's the piece. So we're going to be cutting this in 3 pieces, or possibly just 2. Actually, maybe just 2 pieces actually. Alright. So that's what it will look like. Okay. So what we're going to do now, we're going to move, I will move this to the side actually. Okay. So what we'll do is we'll take this now, and we'll lay down your meat, chunks of meat, on the bottom there. You want to try to make it nice, so that you know you can oh shit, so you can fill up the hole with it, fill it up pretty nicely like that. Alright, now what you do after you laid it down in the bottom, you want to take your spices and you want to sprinkle it on. Okay, sprinkle it on, make sure you get almost every corner that you can, because once you have done this and you're putting it in into the machine, drying machine, you know, you don't want to add more. So after you sprinkle it, it will be like that. You want to take your bottle of vinegar and you want to, you know, you want to coat, oh shit, you want to coat it nicely. Alright, not too much. Okay. And then you want to take the other piece and you want to slice this one in 2 or 3 again. Yeah, I'll go 3. This one as well. I'll lay it down, and I'll lay it down like this now. And I'll lay it now opposite side, okay? Now we have this one again. Now you want to cut it nicely as well. Please do forgive me if I sound a bit, you know, a bit nervous, because I've never done this before actually. I've never, you know, did a video on how making biltong. So again, you want to sprinkle again, do it again. Into the corners. Make sure you get all sides, okay? Because of course some sides will be coated, some will not. I mean, you don't have to heavily coat it, but I like it because it gives it a nice flavor, nice texture. So then, of course, again, you spray. Alright, now again with that one you do the same thing. Now since we have this thing, now we're going to cut this in steaks again. This one, okay. Now I'll probably do this one in a bit of a, oh shit, how did I cut it now? Oh, like this, okay. I'll cut it like this. Now, you can go to the butcher's, your local butcher shop, and to get these pre-cut for you if you do want. It just saves you a lot of time to do that, but to do your own, to cut your own meat the way you like it, the thick, how you like it, like the thickness and everything, what kind of meat, what kind you want to have, just allows you to practice and get you familiar and how to cut it yourself, and you know, so you know exactly what you're getting or what you want, because of course it's what you want. Okay, almost finished. I probably will end up putting it in this bucket again, this last little pieces, because it's almost finished. Alrighty, so we'll put it like this. Or actually, maybe not. It will fit in this one just well, just fine. I'll cut that in half only. Okay, like that, and put that one there. So we sprinkle, sprinkle, sprinkle. Sprinkle it on. Now, if this video is not very good, I do apologize again. If you guys think I can do better, then let me know in the comments down below, and I will do a better video when it comes to this. Alrighty, so now again you spray Foppenmasse Poes. Oh, sorry. Don't say what I just said, guys. Alrighty, now that we have sprayed it all, finished, I'm just gonna, you know, rinse my hands because it's full of blood and everything. I might just wash my hands quickly as well because I want it to be clean. Alright. Sorry about that. Alrighty, anyway, so now that we have finished packing the biltong pieces, the meat, in this container, you want to close it, and this part you want it to be in the fridge for a couple of hours. Some will say to put it in for an hour or two, but I would recommend minimum 10 hours, maximum 24 hours. So what we'll do, we'll put this in the fridge and then we'll come back. Alrighty. Now, since we finished putting that into the fridge, we're going to be doing this bad boy now. Now, if you want to, I will try to put time skips. If I'm going to see if I can put time skips into the video where you can skip to any part that you like, or I might just possibly put it in the comments down below, where does what start and everything. Okay. Oh, look at that marbling. That just looks so nice. Now again, I'm going to cut this in halves so it's much easier to work with. Oh, look at that. There's another type of meat that I really want to use to try and experiment with, and that is Japanese Wagyu. And I don't mean just normal Wagyu, I mean A5, and that they are very expensive cuts of meat, and I actually would love to see what it would taste like in an actual South African style biltong. So anyway, let's get this one out again, this piece. I'm cut it in steaks again. It goes without saying that you do need a very sharp knife in order to cut the meat. Otherwise, you know, you're gonna just take forever. Now this knife is kind of sharp, but I mean not that sharp, not too sharp anyway. Anyway, yeah, this big bucket is a little bit overkill for this, but it's alright, not too bad. Alrighty, you cut that piece and then you cut this piece. Alright, now we're going to be doing the same thing that we did with the other one. We're going to be laying this in the bucket. You can do it as close together as you like, or as further away as you like, doesn't matter. Now this one I'm going to cut in half because it's not too thick. And now I'm going to take one of these, this one, and I'm going to cut this one in half as well. Now this video is a little bit longer, but it doesn't matter. I want to make sure that I am thorough, you know, so that I show you every step, and I mean every step. So now that I have done that, you can see it in there. I mean, there's still more here. Again, you want to take the spices and sprinkle it on. Make sure that you sprinkle and get spices on every corner of the meat. Okay, because that might not, I mean, for me it's just to be more consistent, that every bit of the meat has spice and flavoring. Alrighty, that's it. You take your handy, take this, and of course I'm just tilting it a little bit to get my now again, as far as vinegar goes, okay, you do not have to use balsamic vinegar. You can use any kind of vinegar that you want. You can even use white vinegar, or you can use what's the name, brown vinegar. I mean, I would recommend, of course, I've never really tried balsamic vinegar before, but this will be another experiment for me. But I know it will come out pretty good because you don't really taste the vinegar in it. You only taste the spices. So all right, almost finished. Got a few more left to do. So that's it. That one is almost done. So you take the last remaining bits of spices. You sprinkle. Fuck it, Aina, bliksem. Sorry about that. Okay. You will sprinkle. You know what? I think I'll make a part 2 of this. I will continue on with this with the next video because this is getting to almost the half-hour mark. It's 23 minutes, so you know. Anyway, now that is. Oh, wait, hold on. Let me just a little bit there, a little bit more in the corner there. Okay. So now this is almost the last step. So we take the vinegar and we would spray it. Alrighty, that's it. Now we take the lid, of course, again, and we will close it. Close it up. And that is it. Now, I'm going to wash my hands again. Don't worry, I'm still here. I'm just off camera. Hello. Okay, so now that I have done that. I'm finished for now. So what I'll do is I will then put that in the fridge. Like I said, some people say you can leave it for an hour or 2 hours, but I would say a minimum of 10, maximum of 24 hours. So this will be the end of this part because it's getting quite long now. So what I'll do is I'll make a second video, part 2, of what the meat looks like after 24 hours. And of course, another video linked with the other one together, what it looks like after the product is done. So that's it. Comment, rate, and down, subscribe, please. And please tell me how I did. This is the first time I've done this. So yeah, enjoy, and I'll see you guys next video. Bye.